Welcome to the Midlife Reinvention Podcast. I'm your host, Kavita, and the founder of Power Purpose Play, a global community of women in midlife. I'm here to tell you that it's your time now to rediscover what has always been inside of you and bring that out into the world. If you're wondering what's next, but don't know quite what that is, or if you feel a twinge in your heart telling you that you have so much more to do and so much more to offer, you're in the right place. Ask yourself, if not now, when? Do you want to leave your job, start your own business, take control of your health, reignite the passion in your marriage, write that book, or at least that first chapter? Transitions like this can be daunting, but through listening to my story and interviews with incredible women every week, I hope to inspire you to take action. I rediscovered myself after the age of 50, and I know you can too. It's my time now to help you do just that. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in. Welcome to another episode of the Midlife Reinvention Podcast. For those of you who don't know me, I'm your host, Kavita Ahuja, and the founder of Power Purpose Play. We are a global platform dedicated to the advancement of the inner power and personal growth of women in midlife. As many of you may know, I myself reinvented myself after the age of 50 in many ways. I was in a corporate pharmaceutical career for over 20 years, very successful at that, but not thriving internally. I was doing my job robotically, and I didn't know what I really wanted, and I'd lost touch with myself. I really had been looking after everyone else my entire life, playing roles expected of me. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I wanted to look after my kids as they were young and to be around for them. Yet as I left for school and work, I wondered, what's next? How do I feel when I feel the next chapter of my life? I felt stuck, and if you may feel like this, you're really in the right place. I realized that so many women like me were experiencing the same feelings. These 5 questions continually came up. What's next? Who am I really? What do I really want moving forward? How do I get there? And what is stopping me? I spent years asking myself these questions, and you may be wondering the same. I found a process to answer these questions, which I'm going to share with you later. But today I had on my mind something a bit different. I was thinking about being vulnerable. We've all heard about Brene Brown, or probably have read all her books on vulnerability. And she says that vulnerability is basically uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. When I thought about what was next for me back then, I hesitated. I hesitated for probably close to 3 years because I was terrified of what people would think. Who was I to shake things up when I had it so good? Who did I think I was? Who was going to listen to me anyways? As Brown goes on to say, vulnerability is about showing up and being seen. It's tough to do that when you're terrified about what people might see or think. When you're fueled by the fear of what other people think, or that gremlin that's constantly whispering, "You're not good enough," in our ear, it's tough to show up. We end up hustling for our worthiness rather than standing in it. When we've attached our self-worth to what we produce or earn, being real gets dicey. I decided then that I was going to ignore that gremlin that told me I was not good enough. I was scared, but I did it anyway. I left the comfort of a steady career that I had been in my entire adult life to start something new. And I am still terrified. If you told me 5 years ago that I would have left my job, started an online community of women, ran workshops and conferences, started a podcast, launched a course, and became a personal coach, I would have told you, you are crazy. But I did it. It's not because I did it to prove anything to anyone. It's because in my heart, I knew this is what I wanted to do moving forward. I knew I was meant to help women like you get through exactly what I went through. I really asked myself deep questions to figure out what I wanted and how to get there. That is what I want for you. Truly, that is what I want for you. I wake up scared every day. It's not a scared, oh my God, what am I doing scared? It's an, oh my God, this is so scary, exciting, at the same time scared. Do you know what I mean? It's a scare that motivates you, that makes Monday morning feel like a Friday night. I used to think 5 times before I hit the send button on messages or would make sure the videos and posts I did were perfect. Not anymore. It's crazy, but everything that has come to me, all the amazing people that have supported me, have come to me as if it was a gift from the universe. I have never, ever put myself out there as I have this past year. At times, I am uncomfortable doing it. And at times, I think, what are people going to think of me? But then I go to the one thought that even if I do connect with one person who hears my message, the message that whatever is inside of you, you have to bring out into the world, not only for yourself, but it is a disservice to the world if you don't bring it out. So even if one person listens to that message and relates, then my job is done. Of course, I hope to inspire more than one person, but sometimes we get caught up in this numbers game. How many followers? How many people on my email list? How many sales? How many posts? How many hashtags? Am I an influencer? How do I make as much money as so and so? It's exhausting, and I don't want to do that anymore. It's difficult to pull yourself away from comparing yourself to others, and I still do it. But if I think about the fact that what I'm doing from my heart, I really believe that the results will follow. I've been listening a lot lately to Abraham or Esther Hicks, if you know who she is, and who she talks about the law of attraction in great detail. And she says we all have a choice every moment to choose our thoughts. A negative thought will build momentum and collect other negative thoughts with it. It is the law of attraction. Similarly, a positive thought will build momentum so much so that we don't have space for the negative thoughts to enter our minds. I truly believe in that. This is being reinforced by my coaching training, which really discusses the energy levels that each and every one of us operate in. There's a catabolic energy or a destructive tearing down force, which is often associated with stress. Then there's anabolic energy, which is a constructive building up force. With this type of energy, it's easier to focus on solutions, tap into creativity, and experience a more complete and conscious view of situations. The less judgment and fear people have about themselves and situations, the more anabolic energy they can access. So when I judge myself, worry about what other people think, and strive for perfection, I'm operating at catabolic energy levels. Versus when I am free from trying to be perfect, bring out what is inside of me without fear of judgment or without attaching myself to the outcome of my actions, I am operating in an anabolic energy state. The reason I'm bringing this all up is because I am feeling very vulnerable right now. As Brene Brown says, it's emotional exposure. I have launched my business, I've launched this podcast, and I'm now launching a course which is a culmination of all my work in the past several years. And I am feeling vulnerable. But if I only focus on myself, I will never be able to get my messages out into the world. I am focusing on how I can help people. And dare I say it, I am also proud of myself. My work won't resonate with everyone. It may not resonate with you, and it doesn't have to. But if it does, then everything I'm doing and feeling is worth it. I want you to access those high anabolic energy states so you can be your most creative, excited, brilliant, and beautiful self. Be vulnerable. Take chances. Don't worry so much about how many followers you have, how much you're going to make, what will people think, how you look, how you sound, being perfectly perfect. Be yourself and figure out what it is you really want in your life moving forward. I'm so excited to share with you all that I've learned and continue to learn. I'm 55 years old, but I'm not done yet. Are you? I am proud of the course I've created, which has already helped many women. It's the exact process I followed to get unstuck at 50. It's called It's My Time Now, How to Rediscover Yourself in Midlife. There are 6 steps I go through to lead you up what I call the pyramid of reinvention. I have created a mini training going through the first step of the pyramid with an amazing workbook to accompany it, which is free for you to learn from. Take a listen to the training and book a 20-minute call with me if you have any questions. If you find this helpful and interesting, you can go more in depth into the course. I'm your guide on this journey of reinvention. And if you want me as your personal coach, I'm also here for you. I really am so excited to be your partner in your own rediscovery. You can see all the links below for the details. So, my main message for you today and thought for the day is be vulnerable and don't attach yourself to the outcome of your actions. If it feels right in your heart, it probably is right. Take the chance on yourself, my friend. And if you need help, I'm here for you. Don't hesitate because you're worried about what other people may think. Do what's in your heart. Do we have a deal? In love and in light, till next week.